Atheists are just rebelling against God. It's a common misconception often fueled by fear and misunderstanding. But let's set the record straight. Atheism is not some teenage rebellion against a higher power. It's far more nuanced and thoughtful than that. Atheism is about a lack of belief, not an act of defiance. To rebel, you need something to rebel against. Imagine a child refusing to eat their vegetables. That's rebellion. They know what vegetables are, they just refuse to eat them. Now imagine someone telling you about a new vegetable you've never seen, smelled, or tasted. You can't rebel against something you don't believe exists. It's like telling someone who doesn't believe in unicorns that they are rebelling against unicorns. It simply doesn't compute. Atheism is not about anger or resentment. It's about a different way of seeing the world, one based on reason and evidence. So, what exactly is atheism? It's simpler than you might think. Atheism is simply the lack of belief in a god or gods, that's it. No rituals, no dogma, no secret handshakes. It's a stance grounded in a lack of evidence for the existence of deities. Many atheists have examined the arguments for God's existence and found them wanting. We've explored religious texts, philosophical debates, and personal testimonies. Yet, none have provided us with the concrete, verifiable evidence we need to accept the existence of a divine being. This lack of evidence is central to the atheist perspective. It's not about being angry at God or wanting to sin without consequences. It's about intellectual honesty. If there's no compelling reason to believe in something, why should we? The search for evidence is a cornerstone of scientific inquiry and critical thinking. We don't just accept things on faith. We question, we investigate, and we demand proof. This same skepticism is applied to the question of God. If there were undeniable proof of God's existence, wouldn't everyone believe? There wouldn't be a debate about religion or faith. We'd have concrete, verifiable evidence that transcends cultural biases and personal interpretations. However, such evidence remains elusive. This doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but it does mean that for many people, the lack of proof is a significant factor in atheism. Critical thinking is the engine that drives atheism. It's about questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and forming conclusions based on logic and reason. This approach applies to every aspect of life, from the mundane to the profound, including religion. When we apply critical thinking to religious claims, we often find inconsistencies, contradictions, and a lack of empirical support. This doesn't mean we dismiss religion entirely. Religion can provide comfort, community, and moral guidance. However, it does mean that we don't accept religious teachings blindly. We approach them with a healthy dose of skepticism, always willing to question and explore alternative perspectives. This intellectual independence is central to the atheist identity. Disbelief is not rebellion. Rebellion implies an active rejection of something you acknowledge exists. It's a deliberate act of defiance against an established authority. Atheism, on the other hand, is a passive state of not believing. Imagine a courtroom scene. Rebellion is standing up and shouting at the judge, defying their authority. Disbelief is quietly listening to the evidence presented and concluding that the prosecution hasn't met its burden of proof. Atheism is more aligned with the latter. It's not about picking a fight with God or religious institutions. It's about arriving at a conclusion based on the available evidence and choosing not to believe in something for which we see no compelling reason. At its core, atheism is about intellectual integrity. It's about aligning our beliefs with the evidence we have, even when that means challenging long-held assumptions or societal norms. It's about being true to ourselves and our understanding of the world. This commitment to intellectual honesty is what drives many atheists to question religious dogma. It's not about being contrary or disrespectful. It's about seeking truth and understanding. It's about acknowledging the limits of our knowledge and being open to revising our beliefs as new information emerges. This journey of intellectual exploration is at the heart of atheism. It's about embracing curiosity, critical thinking, and the freedom to believe based on reason and evidence. So, the next time you encounter the claim that atheism is just rebellion, remember this: it's not about defiance. It's about a different way of seeing the world, one grounded in reason, evidence, and intellectual honesty. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Freethinker's Journey.